In the early 1990s, Disney had an idea. Inspired by Walt Disney and his love for history, as well as the success of the Hall of Presidents and the Magic Kingdom, current CEO of the parks, Michael Eisner, wanted to create a theme park surrounding United States history. This idea would soon become Disney's America. In its final stages of planning, it would have consisted of 9 distinctly different themed areas spanning 125 to 185 acres in Virginia. It would have had areas about Native America and the industrial era, as well as the Midwest and a section on the Civil War. Unfortunately for Michael Eisner and the Disney Company, they began to run into some issues about the location of the theme park. Located in Haymarket, Virginia, the chosen location for the park was approximately 5 miles from the Manassas National Battlefield, most well known as the home of the Battle of Bull Run. The Battle of Bull Run, being the very first and inciting conflict of the Civil War, held a particular historical interest to many people. This proximity to the historical site triggered a heavy battle in the public square between two distinct parties. Disney's side, in favor of building the park for the economic benefits to Haymarket, Virginia, as well as the belief that they could accurately portray historical events without dumbing them down or simplifying them, and the opposition, those who objected to the planned portrayal of the historical events, as well as the impact it would have on the historical site economically. Made up of a prominent group of historians called Protect Historic America, the opposition would combat Disney's efforts to move the project forward. They would hold protests and sit in on court cases, as well as critique the mouse's past actions and portrayal of historical events, fearing the mouse would trivialize more gruesome aspects of history or clean it of the critical aspects and selling a whitewashed version to appeal to the masses. This very conflict is the lore behind this image. Published in the Cincinnati Post by cartoonist Jeff Stoller in 1994, it portrays Mickey Mouse walking through an ongoing battle with the caption reading, "What a great place for a theme park." The implications are clear. Considering what battlefield this conflict centered around, you could assume this is a Civil War battle. You see soldiers in two different colors. Because of a newspaper, it's black and white, but it's relatively safe to assume that they're supposed to represent the Confederacy and the Union. You see a dead commander shot upon his horse at the feet of Michael Mouse, a line of soldiers behind a barricade. In the back, there's a group of men attacking another as he lies on the floor. There's blood and bodies scattered everywhere, all in a realistic style, in a stark juxtaposition to the cartoon character located in the middle. The visual juxtaposition between Mickey Mouse, the cartoon character crossing this bloody battlefield in a realistic style, represents the real-life ignorance the Disney Company took when representing historical events in their parks and media. Mickey is unaware or uncaring to the bloodshed surrounding him. He does not flinch at the violence, nor does he take time to stop and think of the implications of said violence. Upon crossing this land, all he can think about is his own economic gain and selfish desires. The only thing Mickey Mouse sees as he walks upon this historic ground, past the bodies of dead soldiers and those in the process of crossing the veil, is himself and expanding his empire, building a theme park. The historical importance of the land means nothing to him. Look at his face. Uncaring, unflinching, his devious smile and eyes empty and black only see opportunity. The emptiness and lack of care on Mickey's face is a direct representation of the Disney Company's uncaring nature when it came to the historical importance of not only the Manassas battlefield, but also the more unhappy aspects of American history. Just like Mickey Mouse crossing the bloody battlefield without a care in the world, Disney had done the same to American history as a whole. As they walked past memory lane, looking back on everything that has happened in the history of America and its creation, instead of seeing the plight of thousands and the bloody nuanced history it was, they instead saw opportunities to create attractions and roller coasters. This political cartoon is meant to represent that. Aimed toward anyone against Disney or anyone on the fence between the two parties, it's meant to visualize the insensitivity of the Disney Company. Emotionally appealing to the viewers, it highlights the audacity of it, to illustrate just what Disney was trying to do with the land in real life, stomping over the battleground as if it were just anywhere else. The image is also appealing to anyone's logical side. Upon seeing the picture and reading the description, they would disagree with Mickey Mouse. This battlefield is in fact not the perfect site for a theme park. People died here, war started here. We shouldn't be building carousels or Ferris wheels. This is a place to be remembered, not covered up by flashy lights and funnel cake. From the juxtaposition between cartoonish and realistic, the bloody content shown, the ignorant statement near the bottom, and the ways to which it appeals to viewers, this cartoon is meant to illustrate the ignorance of the Disney Company, as well as its audacity in believing they could get away with something like this. Cancelled in 1994, Disney's America was scrapped due to internal conflicts and economic difficulties, notably not due to the passionate group of historians who protested its content. And its failure has not stopped Disney from trying to dip its toes into the historical genre. With Pocahontas being made only 1 year after its cancellation, the movie is everything historians protested from the theme park, brandifying the real life historical figure and washing away all nuance from the critical aspects of her story. Just as they tried to do at the Manassas battlefield, the mouse crossed the grave of Pocahontas buried in the UK, miles away from her people and home, and claimed, "I could make a movie out of this." It seems even in failure, Disney has yet to learn its lesson.